that the tomb room, the sarcophagus of Sparta was found in the basement. And this was the time during this expedition that they made, okay? But this here, so you can always tell, see here, you can always tell through the medu-neter, just by looking at it, what age it is, or what dynasty in scholarship, or what dynasty. So if you look at this here, you can see through the erection that this is this is the pyramid age, pre-dynastic age. You can just tell because of the medu-neter, how it even looks, okay? So let's just take a shot at, what's the problem, sir?
Museum policy, we don't allow any backpacks unless it's for medical reasons.
Yes.
All backpacks must be checked in our complimentary coat check.
Okay, sir. Fantastic. We'll take care of that right now. I appreciate it. Men's room?
Closest coat check is going to be right there across the corner.
Okay, coat check in men's room. Okay, thank you, sir. Well, let's go handle that. Yeah. So there's the jackal there, but in his position, he's not Ampu. In his position, with the tail hanging down, he's Upuwat.
Okay. Oh,
right? Because
okay.
the jackal has three forms, right?
Yeah.
There's Twamutef, right?
Okay.
The third son of the four children of Haru, right? The Shamsu Haru. Then you got Ampu, who is just a judge in Amenti, the halls of double right and double truth, right?
Right.
And then you have Upuwat. Upuwat means the opener of the ways.
Okay.
You can't get nowhere. You can't find your way through unless you have Upuwat guiding you, right? So this is what so we're saying the royal offerings to Upuwat in peace. There's Hotep right there. See the peace?
That's it, yeah.
See the Hotep? Now you go up to the top here. That means Kenti. Kenti means Amenti. Where the region where Osiris dwells. ASAUR Nefer Kenti Amenti, right? So he's telling you this is the double doors here, the niche in the door where you play the offerings that enter into the next, into the afterlife of what transition, which is in the regions of the stars. But this is where the family would come to pay offerings and homage to the family members, right? So we're going on. So it says Kenti, right? See this Kenti, and there's the neter, right? Mm-hmm. See the axe there?
Yes.
The neter, right? And so we're covering on, right? Qsr, Q-S-R, and that's representing that phonetic value at the bottom. It looks like the beer or the sarcophagus, or, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so that word there, that phonetic value is represented on the top value of the alphabetical pronunciation, which is the Q. See the right angle one? That's Q up there. Of course, that's an S, right? And there's the mouth, that's R. So it's Qsr, the Qsr, and then there's another symbol next to it on the right that can't catch, and that's the phonetic value of the alphabetical symbols, which gives you the proper pronunciation. Okay? So primordial, pre-dynastic medu-neter is how the most easiest way to pronounce it or function with it, because it's more in tune with the natural order of things, instead of going through the Ptolemaic methodology. Okay, so when you go to the Ptolemaic methodology, it becomes more corrupted and you lose the spiritual aspects of it. Okay, but we're just walking through the Museum of Fine Arts right now. We're just breaking down and getting familiar with the medu-neter as we move through. So we move over to this one here. So when you look at this, these are your ancestors here. So you're supposed to be able to identify because it's already in your pineal gland. So you look at their boom. There's the symbol there, that there represents Nubia, right? That's Kush right there, right? There's the Kush. There's the symbol representing because that's a symbol of royalty and of gold. And there's Butu, right? There's the B, the foot. The foot means B. The quail or the chick means U. And there's TT. And of course the circle with the X in it means town or region or province, right? Right? And then here's here saying these two ones. So this is represent the town they're coming to, that they're in. And this one must represent the town where these two are coming from. You see what I'm saying? So these are just fragmented pieces that was chipped off somewhere, and you have to make some type of sense out of it by relating it to your African indigenous primordial Naga Shemsu origin. But you can see by the style that this is part of the pyramid age, just by the style of the medu-neter. Again, here we go. So here, first thing you identify is the cartouche, right?
Yes.
Okay, what does the cartouche say? You better have this name. Put the camera on this guy. Put the camera on this. Whose name is in there? What is your name? Whose name is in there? Okay, how do you know? There's the circle with the lines going through it, right?
Yeah.
There's the ch.
It's the
There's the KH. There's the chick, the quail is the U, right? There's the F and the U. What does it say?
Kufu.
I'm not making this up. Right? Okay. Suit, the sun. When you see the geese means sa. That's the sa. Like if you see, you like sa near the TV. Sa would have the goose with the axe.
Yeah.
Right? With the what?
The axe,
okay.
meaning
Axe.
neter, right? God, right? So that's Sutet, son of, and this person here, son of his body, the son of his body. Because that symbol there with the T under it means body. I know that. And there's the F derivative representing the masculine or of his.
Right.
So you're trying to read it and make sense. So you're taking the son of the king of his body, telling that you're from the direct loins of your divine, right? And then it says Khufu, the great god. Then there's Heru. So this is obviously dedicated to the medu-neter, the Queen Mother Goddess, Heru. Right? You see the square right there, right? Even though it's fragmented, that's how easy it is to read this primordial thing, because the primordial thing is more phonetical than alphabetical. So when you got alphabetical, now you got to go into trilaterals and bilaterals, and you know what I mean, symbolic, you know what I mean, ideologies and all. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes, but that's all. That's nothing.
Let me ask you a question. Is there a better way to learn that besides the biliterals and the triliterals?
By
Is there a way that you can teach us without having to go through all that?
No, you have to understand that.
Right.
Because that's consciousness in itself, which is done under scholarship methodology. We don't teach scholarship. I am not a scholar. I am primordial temple discipline, the initiation. This is the age that we're looking at is primordial Kemet. So this is where you want to get all your information from, even when you learn medu-neter, because when you learn it in the later dynasties, it becomes corrupt, especially 18th dynasty. 18th dynasty medu-neter is not the dynasties you want to learn if you want to learn spirituality. Now, if you want a job in a school, in a college as a professor, teaching etymology and linguistics, and you can do it, you know, you're going to make big money. But if you want the spiritual part, I'm here for spirituality. I'm here to find my divine birthright. I'm trying to find a story of what's going to make me, return me back to immortality. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I hear you. When did it start going to hieratic? When did it start going to hieratic?
That's after the 18th dynasty.
Okay, so...
Yeah, hieratic, it just means the cursive.
Yeah, cursive,
It's just the cursive. Right? It's just the brothers that hey.
So you got Old Kingdom, medu-neter.
Huh?
You got Old Kingdom, medu-neter.
Right? That's the boldness.
Right.
So you can tell, so now we've got my calendar, the Ipeteru, so we know that the great age, we're in the great age, dawning on the age of Aquarius that we named Ma'at-Asar, right? We just came out of Pisces. Pisces go back 2,000 years to zero, right? On a chronological timeline using Gregorian calendar, now we're at zero. You got Ani Domini and BC, right? AC, after Christian ACE, Ani Domini, BC, or BCE, right? on the Gregorian calendar. Now, you go back 1,000 years, that's the Kush kings. This is Nubia, this is 25th dynasty. Okay, this is how you just relate it in your brain. Okay, you gotta get the mathematics. In primordial temple discipline, you must maintain mathematics, science, and religion at all times with your astronomy and astrology, so that you have balance, so that's ma'at's present. We're here to maintain a balance with ma'at while we're moving through this corrupted, scattered, stolen treasures of our ancestors. But, so, we know that the Temple of Amen-Ra, which is 18th dynasty, is, so we go 2,000 years back from zero, is the age, is the birth, is the ending of the age of Amen. So we're going forward now, and so that's 1,000, 1,700, 1,200, 2,000 years now we're in the age of Amen, because that's the great age of Aries. And we know in the age of Aries, 4,000 years ago, the Temple of Luxor has an avenue of sphinxes that have ram heads, which means that the sun was entering into the age of the ram, which is in Kemet known as Amen. So when the sun came when the sun passed into that constellation, he became Amen-Ra. As above, so below. So Amen-Ra is not the primordial neter. It's just that this is how it's represented on an astrological aspect. And this is why the deity that is portrayed by the Nesubitis worshiped Amen-Ra at that time, because the sun was passing through that constellation. Before that, during the Memphite cosmology, theology, they worshiped Ptah, the bull. They mummified the bull. And the bull, you can always tell the Memphite theology because the figures are all, the figures all are muscular. Right. You ever see the sculptures? They're all muscular. Like that's the age of the bull. That's how you see you have to look at the medu-neter. And then you know just what age it was. You got to be able to relate this on an astrological and astronomical level. So there we go with Khufu, and he's bringing up the Kepler, and Heteru, and that symbol there. Boom. Okay, Mary, he's beloved of. Here's the great God. What symbol is this one here? See, this is a neter, or netert. This is another netat. This is a netat. That's Heteru, right? We know that's Heteru. This one here, that has to be, it looks like meat. Or a selket. I've never seen it in that symbolism. That's the square the door. That's the P, right? That's the P, right? Now there's some thing coming up, look like the legs of a beetle, but I've never seen that symbol.
Yeah, it almost look like a Kepler.
It looks like a Kepler, a square Kepler. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure, I've never seen that one before. You got that up there in that film?
Right.
Will you put that film so you want to see it later on?
Yep, I got you.
I've never seen, but this is primordial. Yeah. Primordial medu-neter, so this is pure. Yeah. So you would never see that in the 18th dynasty or the curse of medu-neter. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So things that you're seeing on this here, you'll never see on the 18th dynasty. Okay. And during the 18th dynasty, it also was the most corrupt time in our religion. You know that. Because at this time, the medu-neter represented the stars. It was Seket Hetep, it was Seket Aru. Seket means field, Hetep means peace, and then a Seket means field, is Aru means stars, the region of the stars. So we had a solar afterlife, which meant that we would be reborn, born by new as a star.
If you have more money, you can have more.
These are our ancestors, as y'all can see.
That's during the time of the 18th dynasty. But that was when we were declining.
Everything was for sale.
The Nesubitis had so many kids, they were supposed to go to the firstborn. The firstborn, the other brother, he flipped them a little Mickey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My daddy don't love you more than daddy love you, Lord, he love me, and daddy left me the kingdom, no, he left me the kingdom. And they started fighting and killing each other, and then the foreigners came in and they seen the weakness. And this is how we became invaded. And then of course, during that great age of Amen, that was going declining, he took all the nectars and he brought it into the solar disk of the sun. This isn't it here, but we're having this conversation about R10, but he was basically based upon the hydrogen atom. So he took the sun and broke it down into its most scientific aspect, meaning a proton, a neutron, an atom, right?
That's true.
Okay, And this, but he had the rays coming out of it with the hands at the back of it, the bottom of it with the little unks on it. You know what I'm saying? But then he used a little, I don't know, the guy was, his father was Amenhotep III, and his mother was Queen Ptah. Queen Ptah was from Syria, and his father had to unite all the kingdoms, all the surrounding kingdoms and everything under one rule. So he married everybody's daughter, and Queen Ptah gave birth to Akhenaten. And he wasn't next to the throne, but Amenhotep, he was Amenhotep IV, but Amenhotep III used to get up every morning. You know, you get up and work out, he used to get up and he used to kill a lion every day. You know what I'm saying? Amenhotep III. You know, the Colossus of Menace, but you see, that's him. He get up in the morning, he go down to the Valley of the Kings and he go kill a lion, you know? So he proved himself every morning he felt. But one day he went down, it was like 5 lions down there. So he didn't come home that day. It was ready for him. I know a guy. You understand, especially when you look at the primordial text, this is the best ones to look at. Because right now, these people, they constitute, and then you're looking at on the table. Now you see on the table, you're saying, what does this guy have on the table?
That's true.
Okay? And you never see this. It's just a whole bunch of like fingertips. And nobody can figure out what this is. They're finding out now that these are the cones. Like in mathematics, you have the conics. The conics and the mathematics of the conics. Well, these are like the cones, and these cones have silicone in it. And they're used for making sound and for building and for levitating. And this is how he built his these are the tools. And he's honoring that helped erect his burial chamber or his temple.
Where can we get a reference for that at, besides this?
The best reference you can get now is a couple of videos on YouTube called Anukai.
Anukai?
The Anukai.
Anukai.
The Anukai is in, they call it, these are the people, our ancestors come from, they're the Bantu, we originate from the Bantu. The Ptah and the Twa people, okay? And these ancestors is when they found these new settlements down there, they said there weren't down there. Now, with the infrared reading from the aerial view reconnaissance, they're finding millions, over 10 to 25 million settlements that connect. And they're all built out of these cones. And it's Google Adam's calendar, okay? The European guy's name's Adam. They found this calendar that's on the side of this rift. And when they look at the Khufu, when they look at the Giza Plateau and they register Orion's belt when it rises, they know at what time that star shaft pointed and where Orion's belt was and where Scepter is, right? And they knew where, that's how we know. We're going to go through that, how to tell time. We get over to the Museum of the National Center of African American Arts, the World Buried Tomb of Espalta. But now, that's 30 longitude, 30 latitude today. On the world map of landmass, 0 longitude, 0 latitude, the center of the Earth falls right on the Giza Plateau. 0, but now today it's 52 parallels north in Greenwich, England. Which is where we have today Greenwich Mean Time, Universal Time Coordinator, UTC, and ZT, Zulu Time. But if on a analytical parallel, you'll see the Pyramid of Giza, and you run that line down, they call it the Nalic longitude pattern, and it comes down and drops right on top of the spherical Adam calendar. The Adam calendar, they call it in South Africa. Adam is just a European guy who just recently discovered it from the shaman, and he took the name for it. That's not the name of the calendar. But when you look at you find the map, I have pictures of it on my thing, it shows you that the correspondence, and also with the next parallel with Naphtali on the next side, and then the one in Ethiopia that Ashwa Kwesi always goes to, what's that called, Tai T? In Ethiopia.
Well, I know he goes to the church.
But there's a
Coptic church.
Phil, there's a megalithic spherical calendar in Ethiopia. And they know it because And they know it's because primordial because there's a stellar, one stellar on the ground has two arms. All you see is the two arms out like this with the sun in it, and it shows you Newt, but it only shows you her arms.
Okay.
And I've seen a video with Astrological. It's very beautiful.
Okay.
But this one here is also on the next parallel, the 32nd parallel. You see what I'm saying? So they're all related on this thing. But now, not to get off track, I was trying to relate this to exactly what we're looking at here and why he has the six things in front of him. So the best thing, always look at the primordial sources, because this is when everything was at its most spiritual. Because as we go up through the ages, we come up. Through the start, through the constant, as we like we say, we go Pisces, we go Pisces, 2000 to 0, we go 2000 through Aries, I'm in Ra, then we go 2000 back to Taurus, which is the bull, which is Ptah, and then we go 2000 back again, we go to Gemini, which is Shu and Tefnu, then we go back 2 more thousand through the great age of phenomenal possession, which is Cancer, which is Capra. See, the Greeks, all the Greeks did, they took our symbolism and they corrupted it. You see what I'm saying? So this is how I renamed this stuff. This I'm letting you know when we go to at the same time advancing on that. And then we go back 2 more thousand, we got Leo, which is Sekhmet, who is called Hedokuti, but astronomically she's called Sekhmet because her body is of a female, but the man has the face. So you're seeing the dualism of the masculine and the feminine, and that age of balance within the masculine and the feminine, where back in you always see in the back of the primordial text that the female has the arm around the man, and she is the guidance and the nurture of the Nesubiti. But it shows you how it's moving spiritually through the astronomy and astrology at the same time. So now, okay.
Is there any other? Can you see anything else about how this instrument or tool?
Not from that one there, but now we're looking at it. So now you look here. Look at the top one, right? So here we go. First thing you got to know when you first address the Nesubitis, or the Nesubitis are addressing the cosmic forces that allow them love, guidance, and protection through the experiences of ponderable matter. The first thing you have to do is be able to evoke the Usa Medu Hekau, or Usa Medu, Nefer Usa Medu Hekau, the words of power. Heka means words of power. So if I just said the Heka, you're supposed to know I'm saying the words of power. But if I say Usa, Usa means power, Medu, words, right? medu-neter, Medu, and Usa Medu, and Nefer, divine words of power. So I just said both things. I just redundantly repeated myself, but just so I can explain the alphabetical, phonetical, and how to speak. So that, you know what I mean? So we're supposed to be able to relate on a Heka level. Right. Okay, but so to perform the Heka, you would have to know he has to present himself to the cosmic forces by identifying where the star is. That star is called Septet. Because once you know where Septet is, you know where you're at on the solar level, where you're at, what position you're at during the year, which is governed by the southern star shaft of the Giza Plateau, the Merkur. This shows you where Septet is, so we know. So look here, see the symbol there? That symbol with the line there, coming down like that? Okay, that means hundreds of thousands. All right? That's hundreds of thousands, that's hundreds of thousands. Then there's this one here, and this is a mathematical equation here. So he's letting you know, then there's the Q. See the cone? See that little whip there? That's what that thing is on the table. Except there's a lot of them. They're called cones. Okay. And these cones were used to make sounds